Has your customer ever asked you to provide them a price for a specific shipment that you've never run before, and you don't know the first place to go to look for a rate or historical rates in that lane? That's exactly what we're here to talk about in today's video. Welcome back to our channel, and if you're new here, welcome to our channel. I'm Nate Cross with Freight 360, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you all the way through the RateView tool inside of DAT Power. If you're new to our channel, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to hit the notification icon down below to stay up to date on all of our latest content. So when you first log in to DAT, you'll see on the top there's a rates button, and that's what we're going to use. Now keep in mind, RateView is an additional license for DAT. You will get a rate snapshot when you're running a specific lane looking for trucks or posting a load, but the full RateView tool is a separate license, but it's well worth it. So for this example, the lane that I'm running here is a reefer load from Chicago down to Haines City in South Central Florida. Okay, so what DAT's RateView does is based on your origin and destination, it's going to give you as accurate of a snapshot as possible in the most recent time frame as possible. So in this case, we're able to get a 7-day or a 1-week snapshot, so the previous 7-day average, and it's going in the 3-digit zip code, which is the most drilled down specific location you can get. All right, for some towns or cities that are less populated, you might just get a market or a region, which is going to cast a wider net over a larger area. But you can see here, we're pulling data right in the local Chicago area, and it is pulling a more wide range around Central Florida there, including the Orlando area as well. But you'll see here, we got our mileage, and down towards the bottom here, you will see a 12-month snapshot showing you how these rates tend to shift throughout the year. Now, the reason I picked this lane is you want to think about seasonal changes in demand. So we're sending a truck into Florida in the middle of winter, because this video is coming out to you in January right now. So as you can see, the cost is different right now compared to maybe May, June, July, when the shipping in Florida is a lot different. So the rule of thumb here is, if you're going to send a truck into a location that does not have a lot of freight coming out, you're going to pay a lot of money, which is exactly what you see here in December, January, February of last year. Now, as the produce shipping season came into full swing, you see those rates decline rapidly. Now, if we were to flip this around backwards, let's say we're asking a truck to go from Florida to Illinois, it's going to do the exact opposite. If I've got a lot of freight coming out of Florida, which you can see here in this peak shipping season, it's going to be more expensive to secure a truck. So this is a good tool to use just to give you an idea of how the rates will change cyclically throughout the season. All right, but let's go back to our original lane here, and I want to show you what these actually mean. So it's great to see how things shifted over the past year, but we really want to look at what's happening right now. And if your customer wants a spot quote, here's a good place to look at. So you're going to see DAT will give you this number up here, in this case 4286. It's reflected down here as well. But you also see an upper and a lower threshold on this rate. So this is just your average, but it's going to give you the upper and lower limits. Now, DAT does not include every piece of data in these numbers here. They're going to omit the upper and bottom, typically around 15% of data, and consider those as outliers. You might have a truck that went for extremely cheap because the driver was in dire need to get back home, or a truck that went for 3 times the market price because the shipment was that important, and that's what the truck was asking for. So they omit those top and bottom ranges, or parts of the range there. So what you want to keep your eyes on here is this range. And remember, we always talk about you can get a rate or you can get a date. So if you want to get your customer closer to the lower end of this pricing spectrum here for a truck, you're going to need more time, right? So if they want that lower rate, they can't be guaranteed to get a truck today. You're going to have to spend a couple days, maybe even longer than that, to secure a truck, because the more trucks you talk to, the more options you'll be able to vet through and find one on the lower end of that spectrum that fits this customer's need. Now, if they needed to go out today, right, they needed a date, they're going to pay at the upper end of the spectrum, if not way above it if it's super urgent. So this is where you can get data from to understand what the market's been doing recently, and you can relay that message back to your customer. So this is the DAT RateView tool that is inside of DAT. Again, it's an additional subscription. I highly recommend it. What I think is really cool too is it does allow you, depending on the version you have, you can run multiple lanes at once. So if you're doing a bid for a customer, you can upload a spreadsheet into here, and as long as you've got the proper information that it needs to run the pricing, it'll give you all those averages and you can add your margin onto it. You can even see what is happening in the state-to-state lanes right now. So if I want to know what's the average rate from California to Arizona right now, I can line these right up, California to Arizona. You get your rate per mile here. I can see national averages too. So I can see what have van rates done, or reefer rates, or flatbed rates done over the last year. And we're seeing a difference between the blue is going to be our shipper to contract, or shipper to carrier contract rate, while us as brokers in the spot market are this broker to carrier spot right here in the orange. So that is DAT's RateView, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.